Tuesday, the 20th July, 2021. In the middle of our Irish heat wave still going on. I was up at 4:30 with the dog this morning, walking the dog in the heat. Got that out of the way, so I'm just trying to get through the rest of the week, and Lord willing, we'll have a break in this and at the weekend. Mary and I were doing our devotions last night. We're doing a series of devotions about encounters with Jesus. The first was about we missed the first one about his nativity or his birth. We saw the one about his ministry. We looked at all those devotions every night, and now we're looking at the series about his passion. And the other night, I think it was not before last, we're reading from the encounter that was being talked about there during the week of was commonly known as Passion Week, was Jesus washed the disciples' feet. I'm just going to give you two verses and a very quick point that came across that just really made a profound impact on me. And they had been to dinner. This was what was going to be called the Last Supper eventually. And so they had their dinner. And then in verse 5, Jesus, he rose up from the supper. He laid aside his garments, and he took a towel, and he girded himself. He wrapped himself in the towel. And after that, he poured water into a basin, and he began to wash his disciples' feet and to wipe them with the towel that he had girded himself with. And the author of this devotion made such a profound point. Let me give you some background. All during the ministry with the disciples, every chance they had, they were fighting over who was going to have the important place in his kingdom. They all wanted to sit on his throne. They all wanted to wear their crowns and their mitres and all the stuff that came with being part of a kingdom. And they were constantly fighting over it. I mean, sometimes we as you read the Word of God, it was more than just a little squabble. They were fighting over who was going to be more important and getting angry. And if I'd be amiss and I'd be in trouble if I didn't mention this, we're watching the television series The Chosen, and they really portray this fighting between the disciples so clearly in there. And I'm reading this now, I can just see them squabbling over John and James. James and John? Yeah, John and James were fighting over it. They wanted Jesus to do whatever they said. Their mommy came and talked to Jesus, and the disciples got upset because they were going to take part of the kingdom. Why should they get it and he not do it? And they'd be happy to fight for the crown. But notice something here. This was after dinner, which was unusual because usually before the dinner you'd have somebody come in and wash the people's feet. But after the dinner, Jesus picked up got a towel, got a bowl, wrapped himself, and started washing the disciples' feet. That wasn't the job of the guest of honor. That was the job of a servant. It was a normal practice in those days. And that guy who wrote this devotion said this, and I thought this was so profound. It stuck in my mind so clearly. It actually stopped me in my tracks as we were reading through the devotional. The author of this said, everybody fought for the crown, but nobody fought for the towel. Isn't that an astounding truth? Everybody wanted to rule with Jesus, but nobody wanted to wash feet with Jesus. Everybody fought for the crown, but nobody fought for the towel. That almost gets me. I mean, in case you can't tell, that almost gets me. What a horrible situation! How a horrible thing that is. And I find myself the same way. Everybody wants the glory. Everybody wants to be praised, but nobody wants the part of the hard work that has to come. The humility that it takes to stop and wash the feet of the other disciples. How about us? We're all happy enough to strive for the crown and strive for the mastery and all those kind of things. But how many of us are willing to pick up the towel and fight for the place, to serve and to be humble and to serve others? Everybody fought for the crown, but nobody fought for the towel. Let's take that thought with us through the rest of this week. And as we try to serve God, are we willing to pick up the towel and serve God in the more lowly ways? God bless you.